Yes.
Hey, Trey Benefield.
Nice to meet you,
It's
Trey.
nice to meet you. Today we're here for the recruiter position for Georgia Highlands, and if you don't mind, just tell me a little bit about yourself to get this started.
Okay. Like I said, my name is Stacia Williams. I grew up in Rome. Graduated high school in 2012 from Model High School. Don't know. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm familiar.
And then went to college on a softball scholarship, and where I got a psychology degree and minored in communications. Um, Graduated in 2016. Then I moved to Florida actually, and got my first job as a youth program specialist trainer at Eglin Air Force Base. Was there for about 2.5 years, 3 years, and then moved to the other side of Florida and actually became a um, child protective investigator with the Department of Children and Families in Florida, and was down there for about another 4 years, and then came back up to Georgia to be with family and became a law enforcement officer.
Okay. Okay. So you have a very extensive background with dealing with children. At those jobs, what ages of children were you dealing with?
Anywhere from really anywhere from newborn all the way up to 17 years old.
Okay. So were you dealing with a lot of high school aged kids?
Yes.
Okay. So you've worked with them well in the past and been able to build relationships and things like that.
Yeah, especially um, as a child protective investigator. Now, those children did have some either mental health issues or sometimes just behavioral issues. But I think that really kind of prepared me for almost the worst kind of situations, just because you're not getting the typical kid who goes to high school and has great grades and great family. You're getting the kids that are kind of, have a rough background, a rough childhood, and they don't make good grades, and you're trying to figure out things that can help them through, whether it's, just life in general or going to the next step or whatever it is in their life.
Okay. What makes you think you're qualified for this position?
I would say I'm qualified, just one, because of the history that I do have with the youth today, stemming from youth, because I've worked with all kinds of different youth with all kinds of different backgrounds.
Okay.
From their youth who are in the military life, youth who have a rough childhood and have nobody else but maybe a DCF worker, and then as a law enforcement officer, being that only communication that they have, whether they need help or anything like that. Just I've kind of been all over the place with the youth, so I think that can qualify me for this job.
Okay. And you are currently employed?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the reason for leaving?
Honestly, I am 40 weeks pregnant, so I'm gonna pop anytime. I'm looking for more first time mom, looking for more of a chill job, I guess you could say. I still don't, I'm one of those people that just can't sit behind a desk. So I'm hoping that this job will allow me to travel at the same time as, kind of popping in and out of everywhere and being able to still talk to people. So, basically that's what it is. I'm just kind of first time mom and kind of want to chill my life out a little bit.
Okay. All right. What what is your greatest strengths?
Oh, my greatest strengths, I would say being able to I guess communicate with people,
Okay.
no matter who it is. I would, whether it's children, whether it's teenagers or adults, I feel like communicating and being able to communicate and get on whoever it is, get on their level. Um, and then being able to relate in any way, just because I've been through a lot, I'm experienced a lot in my jobs. So I believe that communicating and just being able to relate to people might be my strongest attribute.
Okay. So, so you think that you'll be able to communicate well with a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid, a high school kid, as well as a younger adult, somebody into their 30s that's looking to go back to school or even start college at that age? You think you'd be able to communicate well with them?
Yeah, I believe I can do that with no problem. Just because, like I said earlier, the history that I've had with my jobs and the experience that has given me with all different ages will allow me and has allowed me to be able to communicate with all ages, all backgrounds, all races. Like it has is definitely I've definitely developed that strength over time.
Okay. Okay. And one more question. Do you consider yourself a hunter or a gatherer?
A hunter or a gatherer?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask in what aspect? Like, is
Uh,
this in like an everyday life or?
I guess in the sense of this job, and being a recruiter for Georgia Highlands, are you somebody that's going to let um, people and information come to you in sense of gathering, or are you going to be the hunter and go out looking for people to bring back to Georgia Highlands?
Um, I'm gonna say a hunter, just because one, the way I was raised and how I've lived my life. I've obviously um, I've worked really hard to get where I'm at, and worked really hard to get to the jobs that I have had the experience being able to do. And it wasn't just because it was handed to me; it was because I worked for it. And I 100% believe that if you're not continuously learning, whether you've done this job, you know, 5 years or 20 years, if you don't continue to learn, then you're not bettering yourself, and
Okay.
you're only doing yourself a disservice. So I would definitely say a hunter.
Okay. Okay. Well, Stacey, I really do appreciate you coming in and taking the time and answering all my questions and everything. And I look forward to being in touch with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.